Hey guys, welcome back to Grind Season Outdoors. We got a little bit different one for you here today. It's been several years since I've made a video like this. I grew up doing a lot of hunting and fishing with my dad and other people in my family. One of the things that my dad taught me growing up was how to trap. So, I know when I first started the YouTube channel, I put a couple videos out there, I think, maybe doing some trapping stuff. But I wanted to kind of revisit it and put a little bit more thought and a little bit more work into it and just put out some better quality videos than what I did back then. So, I grew up doing this, did it a good chunk of my life, and I've helped my dad trap hundreds and hundreds of animals, mostly raccoons, but I've trapped some coyotes, I've trapped foxes, skunks, possums, badgers, all that kind of stuff when you're trapping too. But what I'm gonna talk about today is using snares a little bit. I'm gonna also make some videos where I'll be showing this stuff out in the field, putting it all to use and show some results too. But basically what I wanna talk about today is just kind of my snare setup. And I wanna talk about some of the ways that you have to set all this stuff up legally to be able to do it. And follow the law. It's all pretty simple stuff, but I would encourage you guys to look up some of the trapping laws, whether you're here in Iowa or another state. It varies depending on where you're at. Even here in Iowa, there's different rules with like trapping bobcats and that kind of stuff. We can't trap them up here in the northern part of the state. So like I said, I would definitely encourage you to do some research on your own outside of this video. But like I said, I'm gonna show you my snare setup and just kind of talk about some of the things that you wanna think about and wanna have on your snares when you're doing this. First things first, I ordered my snares this last time around from the Snare shop online, and everything kind of came together. I know you can, I do have a lot of different things here that I'm taking apart. That way I can maybe just order some plain snares and I can piece a bunch of stuff together and build my own from scratch. But when I order them from the Snare shop, everything kind of comes all together, all in one piece. So they actually come like this when you receive them in the box. And they come in bundles of a dozen. So there's 12 of them in every single bundle like this. I ordered 6 bundles and the total of that was a little less than $100. So for 6 dozen, I paid a little less than $100 for everything all set up. And now, like I said, between all this old stuff that was some of my dad's stuff and then stuff off of these snares here, I could probably piece together a bunch of new ones with all this other stuff and save a little bit of money. So this is exactly how your snare is gonna come if you order it the way that I did. And basically it's got everything on here that you need it to have. It's just kind of the simple way to do it. I don't get all huge and building all this stuff from scratch. So for me, it was kind of the easy move just to get it to where I can use this thing straight out of the package basically. Couple things that are important about this. You can see on that loop there, there's a deer stop on there. That's the first thing that is required by law, is that you have a deer stop on your snare so that it stops like that and it can't tighten all the way down. So that's big. The little swivel that's on there is nice. You can use that to fasten the snare onto the wire when you're setting it up. And I can kind of show you what I mean by that here in a little bit. And then down here at the bottom, you can see I got a little copper tag on there, and that has my name and address on it. So once I get these things, I just clip those on there. And that's another thing that you gotta have on your snares. And I believe on any of your traps when you're setting them, especially in road ditches. I just put them on all of them, but making sure that your name's on it and it's tagged, having the deer stop on there, and then just making sure all those components so that the snare works are all in one place. That's the most important things as far as the snare itself goes. So guys, like I said, we have all these individual pieces of this thing. I got my little clips that I put my tags on with. I got a whole bag, that's what I've been working on right now, of my fresh tags with my name and address and everything on there. and then I got all my bundles of snares. So as far as getting everything set up, that's pretty much all you need. And it's really not too difficult. It's all pretty self-explanatory. But now a couple of the other things that I'm gonna use are gonna be some sort of stake. And you can see we rigged these, we cut all this rebar stuff down and put the welded washers onto the end of them. So now we just pound those into the ground, and you put that right through the snare here, pound it into the ground, and that's what holds your snare into place. So we have that, and then I got some good thick wire here. And basically you just wrap this thing around your post when that's down in the ground. That way you can stick this wire up over the trail, and then you use the little swivel here on your snare, and you just spin it like so, and it holds the snare on there. So you can dangle that right over the trail. So as far as setting it up, that's really all that there is. You need your stake or whatever you can make to hold everything into place. Get yourself some good wire, some sturdy wire, and then your snare all in one piece. Now, just a few other things to keep in mind when you're setting your snares to make sure that you're doing everything the right way. You know, you can set your snares in road ditches pretty much anywhere. It's all public ground or public right of way, but you have to be with outside of 200 yards. You can't be within 200 yards of a house unless you have permission to set your snares there. So that's a big thing. Also, when you set your snare cannot reach a fence or the roadway. So you kind of just play it safe, set your snares somewhere in the middle of the ditch where you just don't have to worry about the raccoon being able to get in the fence or get up on the road or any of that kind of stuff. And also, if you're setting it around culverts, I guess I'm not sure if there is a law on it, but try to keep that thing far enough away from the culvert that whatever you catch isn't gonna go down into the culvert. But hey, other than that, guys, that's kind of the basics to it. Just make sure, like I said, that you touch up on your local rules and regulations, and then also pay attention to when the seasons are on when you can do this kind of stuff. You know, no one really talks about it. It seems like it's one of those things that is kind of going away, and it feels like it's maybe more for just pest control than it is for actually trying to sell the furs like we used to do. But nonetheless, if you guys are looking into getting into trapping or snaring like I'm doing here, just make sure that you're doing everything by the books. You're looking into the rules, because there are quite a few rules. I mean, not a ton, but a decent amount of rules that apply, and I feel like a lot of people don't know about all of that stuff. So just make sure that we're doing everything right, and good luck to everybody. Hopefully you can catch a ton of animals, and I know these raccoons and coyotes and everything, they're all you know, making a huge comeback right now without anyone really trapping. So we need to get rid of some, and I encourage everyone to try and go out and do a little bit of this on their own as well. So thanks for watching today, guys, and we'll see you next time here on Grind Season Outdoors.